Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of After the Whistle. It's Monday, November 20th, and I'm Maitland Moselle.
And I'm Arpin Lobo. Tonight, we're going to have highlights from a GVSU basketball win over Grace Bible College, a fall sports wrap-up, and more.
GV Basketball has tipped off their season. Hosting Grace Bible in their second home game of the year, the Lakers were able to come away with an 88-74 win. GV had to deal with a Grace Bible team that was hot from beyond the arc as the Tigers made 16 threes. Zach West and Drake Barr each had 14 points to lead Grand Valley. The team will be in Miami Shores, Florida this weekend for the Berry Invitational.
GVSU Soccer had its run for another national title come to an end on Sunday. Visiting the number 1 ranked Central Missouri Jennies, the Lakers fell 3-1 in an Elite 8 matchup. Senior forward Gabby Mancotti netted the only goal for Grand Valley, which was her nation-leading 30th on the season. The GVSU senior class will finish their careers with 4 GLIAC titles, 3 national championship appearances, 2 national championships, and several other awards and accolades. After the Whistle would like to congratulate the team on another great season.
Both men's and women's cross country were at nationals this weekend. The women finished 6th overall while the men finished 2nd. And as fall sports have come to a close, we can now fully look ahead to the winter. But before we do that, what were some of your main takeaways from the season?
You know, I think it was another great season for Grand Valley Athletics. A lot of GLIAC titles, soccer, cross country, women's tennis. No national titles, and that's okay. You're not going to win a national title in every sport every year. The one negative I do have, though, and this is actually going to be a challenge to GVSU students, show up to the games. We have an excellent program here, probably the best D2 program in the country. And yet the student sections at our games aren't, it's one thing to be, not packed, but they're not even that impressive. I definitely think as we get into basketball season, because we have a really good women's basketball team and a men's team that's getting better every day, I really think that students should come out to those games because they're a lot of fun, and it's always fun to support your school.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally agree. And yeah, it's just really unfortunate that these teams do so well. And no one really gets to see that other than, their parents and a handful of students that come to pretty much every game. So
Yeah.
I think that definitely more students need to get out and support their school. That's what it's all about.
I totally agree.
So yeah. GVSU Men's Club Rugby was ranked top 16 in the nation and was on the road this weekend for the national playoffs in Cincinnati, Ohio. Taking on University of Milwaukee for the Sweet 16, the Lakers won with a last-second try and proceeded to the Elite 8 the next day, facing off against Wisconsin Whitewater. The Lakers gave their competition one of their closest games of the season, but fell to the Warhawks 27-12. Although their playoff run has come to a close, fly half Louis Ricard says this has been the furthest Grand Valley Rugby has ever gone, so we will definitely congratulate them on that.
Let's go to the NFL now. The Detroit Lions scraped by the Chicago Bears to win their 3rd straight on Sunday. With just seconds left in the game, Bears kicker Connor Barth had the opportunity to tie it up, but his kick didn't quite make it. Not at all, really. Anyways, Lions win 27-24. They'll host the Vikings on Thanksgiving. New Orleans Saints won their 8th straight, taking advantage of a massive choke job at Washington to win 34-31 in overtime. Finally, the Philadelphia Eagles pushed their NFL best record to 9-1 on Sunday Night Football, dismantling the Dallas Cowboys 37-9. One last piece of action from the NFL. The Buffalo Bills, sitting at 5-4, decided to bench their competent starter, Tyrod Taylor, in favor of rookie Nathan Peterman. Safe to say it didn't work out. Peterman threw not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 picks in the first half. Taylor would come into the game, but he could not salvage it, as the Bills would fall to the Los Angeles Chargers 54-24 to fall to 5-5 on the year.
We'll go to college football now. The Wisconsin Badgers maintained their undefeated season, beating Michigan 24-10 at home. Michigan was in it until freshman QB Brandon Peters was knocked out of the game. Michigan will host Ohio State Saturday at 12. Miami overcame a 2-touchdown deficit to get past Virginia 44-28. Finally, Baker Mayfield and Oklahoma crushed Kansas, winning 41-3. Baker and Kansas were going after each other all game. So, how did you feel about that Saturday?
There were a couple ugly incidents in sportsmanship on both sides. It started because Baker went to go shake the Kansas players' hands. They kind of snubbed him. for some reason. So Baker, being the fiery guy that he is, went after them. And
I
then,
saw him. He was doing the claps.
Yeah, it was pretty ugly, and especially Kansas, you're 1-9. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, so Baker and Oklahoma are beating them up, but then they just got uglier and uglier. There was a late hit, and the corner did go pretty high on Baker. It could have been a really dangerous play, so he only took it more personally. And then at one point, we don't have the clipboard, unfortunately. It's a pretty grotesque, or not grotesque,
vulgar.
But vulgar. That's the word
Uncalled
we'll go
for.
for.
Yeah.
Baker with the little crotch grab at the Kansas sideline. It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Really. Kansas is 1-9. I get it. You're fired up. You're one of the best teams in the nation. You don't need to take it out on Kansas. If they want to act like idiots when they come to your stadium, let them.
Right. And as one of the best in college football right now, you kind of need to be able to take that in stride. Like in the NFL, you can't expect to never be heckled by fans. And
exactly. And Kansas might let you run over them, but if you get to the playoff, Alabama's not, Miami's not, Wisconsin's not. So you take it out against Kansas, fine, but don't expect to be able to do that all season long.
Oh, for sure.
Anyway, we'll go to the NBA. The Detroit Pistons came back to top the Minnesota Timberwolves 100-97 on Sunday. It was Detroit's 6th win after being down by at least 10 this season. That's the most in the NBA. On Saturday, the Warriors and Sixers went at it as the Dubs overcame a 19-point hole to win 124-116. Finally, Lonzo Ball had another triple-double to lead the Lakers past the Denver Nuggets 127-109.
It was an emotional weekend for many NASCAR fans. NASCAR superstar Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove in the final race of his career. The son of the late legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. raced for 18 years, winning 26 times. Also announcing her retirement, Danica Patrick. Unfortunately for her, and nothing too out of the ordinary, she ended up crashing in one of her final races, but will be making 2 more appearances at next season's Daytona 500 and in Indy.
That's going to be it for us tonight. Reminder, we're going to take next Monday off, but we'll be back the Monday after that, so we hope to see you all then. Until then, I'm Arpin Lobo.
And all of us here at After the Whistle would like everyone watching to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Until we're back, I'm Maitland Moselle. All game, all season, always on After the Whistle.